Hi, cutie pie. I don't know why you've chosen here to sit out of all places, but you do you. Oh no, my double chin. Okay, hello. If this looks like the start of my updated planner setup video, that was a very chaotic start to this possible vlog. The fire alarm went off, and so I thought it was a false alarm, like they were just testing it, but it went on for long enough and Diego was getting super anxious about the loud noise that we went downstairs. I think it's a felony if you ignore a fire alarm in America. Oh, and the reason I wanted to start this vlog today is because I got a very exciting notification this morning. I am going to get a very anticipated book that I pre-ordered like a month ago, and it's finally arriving today, so that's very exciting, and I can't wait to unbox it. That is my name, indeed. Oh, 36 is my lucky number, but look! Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. Oh, I forgot my pre-order goodies. But look, it's signed. Opening the pre-order goodies. I thought the pre-order goodies came separately. Oh, is the pen still in here? Oh, it is. Oh gosh, how am I gonna get to it? So I got the pre-order that not only is it signed, but $1 was donated to the Ocean Conservancy Foundation, please. I don't remember quite what it's. And then I also got the character cards, which have the print on one side and the characters on the other. Ooh, that one's spicy. Ooh. Okay, let me try and open the pin. I was going to cry because I thought that the pre-order goodies, these character cards and the pin, came separately from the book, and it hadn't arrived, even though the author said that she sent them out a while ago. So I was like, oh no. Oh, it's so cute. Here's what the pin looks like. Focus, focus. Come on. Oh, you know what? Okay, I played around with the settings a little bit. Maybe this will work. Come on, focus. Focus. I don't know if it's focusing or not, I can't tell. Oh well, I'll take pictures and insert them, but this is super cute. I'm gonna put it on my thingy one more time. Finally got the ones I'm meant to find. I'm probably gonna start reading this weekend, so I'm super excited. But yeah. Yay! Hey, handsome boy, are you gonna drive us? So we're in the car. We just went to Ben Franklin. I picked up some stuff from Cockle Collective. My partner wants to do some work on the car right now. So we were just chilling, sort of in the shade. I have the ones I'm meant to find, so I'm gonna read this. I keep my mask on all the time just because I only do my eye makeup on the weekends. I don't do any other makeup, so if I take this off, it's gonna be a little nasty. Hi, Diego. He's got his dragon there. We've got water and snacks, so. we go. So handsome! I got 100 pages into The Ones We're Meant to Find, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I really like Joanne Hu's writing a lot, and also her world building is really excellent both in Descendant of the Crane and in The Ones We're Meant to Find. One really interesting thing that they brought up about the world building is that essentially people are allowed to live in like these Matrix-esque pods where they kind of just upload their subconscious into whatever, and they get to party and live their lives because the world is pretty much falling apart because of climate change. Because it's currently a limited technology, only certain people are allowed to have and be in those pods in these eco-cities. Who is able to live in these pods is determined by a rank, and it seems to be that this rank is like your environmental impact, which I think is cool and bad. It's cool in that, you know, they already pointed out that someone whose family was the head of a pesticide firm or something like that, they are low in rank because their family has a history of using and owning that pesticide company. It's kind of a double-edged sword because I wonder, a lot of social classes are unable to be eco-friendly because of how expensive it is essentially to be eco-friendly. So I wonder if that is a factor taken into account when deciding if someone is able to live in these eco-cities. Like, sometimes our footprints are not completely in our control. I don't know, I would be interested to hear more about that, but I also am interested enough in the main story that like that's just a side point that definitely intrigues me. I will update you guys more as I read more.
This,
yeah. Okay, so please excuse the angle. There is no good angle to be had in my bathroom, but last night I finished The Ones We're Meant to Find. I stayed up until like 12 a.m. reading because it got really good. I mean, it was good from the start, but it got that kind of good where you couldn't put it down. You know, page turner kind of good. Right as I went to bed, so I just stayed up and read the rest of it. And I really enjoyed it. I put it in my liked category. I guess to backtrack, I'm gonna keep it as spoiler free as possible, but my original thought going into the book, just based on the names alone, I was so convinced that Casey and C were the same person, just displaced in time. So like, because C has the amnesia thing, I thought that whatever put her on the island was just Casey, who had lost her memory somehow in the process of going to the island. That is not what it is. I messaged Justine about it because Justine read The Ones We're Meant to Find for a blog tour, so she knows already what the plot twist was. I messaged her, I was like, I have to know before I finish the book, are they the same person? She was like, no. And that was fine. And after that, I had to change my theory completely. And once I changed my theory completely, I figured out what the plot twist was. I think that if you really pay attention, you will understand what the plot twist was, but also, it took me forever to understand that the eco-city is literally a city in the sky. Like, I literally saw it in the character cards and everything, but for some reason, it slipped my mind that it's a city in the sky. To say it was not my greatest moments when it came to the understanding the world building, but yeah, I overall found it quite interesting. I think that one thing that Joanne Hu does really well in terms of her writing is you always feel like there's information being left out that will be told to you, but you want to figure it out before it's told to you just so you can understand the story better. But both times that I've read her books now, so Descendant of the Crane and The Ones We're Meant to Find, I don't know, it just makes the book so much more interesting to read. And knowing the plot twist at the end, I talked about this during my bookshelf reorganization where I kind of gave a mini review of Descendant of the Crane, but like, it makes you want to reread the book now that you know what the plot twist is. Overall, a really good book. So I think that in terms of thinking big picture about climate change, it's just giving you a very actually somewhat realistic idea of what will happen if we don't chill out with emissions. A planetary geoscientist. Unfortunately, I am very intimately familiar with the effects of climate change. It's like a whole course that you have to take. Things like the poisoning of the air and the sea is definitely a thing that's gonna happen. Species being wiped out, that's definitely gonna happen. Like, we can barely survive in the temperatures that we are now, and humans at least have, you know, our brains and whatnot, so that we can build things like the city in order to combat rising temperatures. But how do animals who don't have opposable thumbs deal with climate change? A good dystopian in the idea that it proposes a dystopian future of this eco-city. Your family's carbon footprint decides whether or not you get to survive in stasis pods or whatever. Look at this mascara. Is it not insane? I love this mascara. I've been using it since I was like a freshman in undergrad, and it, like, the formula never changes. It still does its job. It'll stay curled and up like this throughout the day, and it doesn't look like too ostentatious, which I really like. So yeah, it's this one. I think it's L'Oreal. So today we are going to do a bit of a drive and then get some baked goods at a specific bake shop that we've been wanting to go to, and then go to the bookstore, because there's a bookstore by that bake shop, and have a little walk with Diego on the beach. And I know you're asking yourself, Mari, why are you putting on makeup if you're gonna go to the beach? Because my makeup has SPF in it. I don't know about you guys, but it's weird for me to put on like concealer and foundation with my SPF in it and not have anything else on it. Also, she looks really cute with stuff on. That's what we're gonna do today. I don't know if I'm gonna bring a book with me or just grab a book at the bookstore. I really want to get a paperback copy of Want by Cindy Pon. I will put the cover here, because Kate from Your Tita Kate recommended it in a recent post, where she listed, I believe, 7 or 8 books by Asian Pacific Islander authors, and Kate is one of my favorite book recommender people. Like, I always love her book recommendations, to the point where I had read everything on her list except for Want by Cindy Pon. So I'm gonna see if they have a copy. I think I'll really like it. Apparently I'm in a sci-fi mood, because I also kind of want to pick up The First Sister by Lyndon A. Lewis, which I have on my shelf right now. But yeah, my local Barnes & Noble didn't have a copy, so I'm hoping that the bookstore, indie bookstore, has a copy. Check in with you guys when I decide what I want to read.